Good day, fellas. Some really big things have happened these last few days. So on last Tuesday, I acquired my first imprint for hero. I managed to imprint my Lethal Phantom the fourth time, unlocking the new feature, the Stereo Campaign, the Stereo Tree, the Unity Sanctum with bonding cards, and the second epic magic coin wheel. So let's just have a look. If we go into our campaign hall, on the upper side we can see the new Stereo Campaign. If you click on it, then you can see that there is a separate campaign going on where you are able to acquire lots of materials. And in comparison to the rewards of the normal campaign, those are incredibly big. And as you can see here, you are able to get legendary artifact charts, some normal artifact charts, new important materials, and this is a really big thing, lots of gear. After 3 days, I was able to obtain one complete set, allowing me to forge another 6-star set, allowing me to give my bonded sub-hero one 6-star set as well. I will look into that one in a second. As you can see here, my current output is 246 gold per 5 seconds, 390 soul shards per 5 seconds, and 122 EXP every 5 seconds. If we have a look into my normal campaign, then we can see that those rewards are nowhere near as to the rewards from the Stereo campaign. Therefore, that's a really big part, and it's way more important to acquire your first imprint for hero than it was in the past. If you haven't checked out my previous video regarding the transition from early to mid game, I will just leave a link on the top right corner right now. Just have a look before you're jumping into this video. Now, as for my Stereo campaign, we are able to fight in here only with our current Hyperspace Heroes, and if we just have a look, as you can see here, I managed to obtain my very first Hyperspace Hero as well, the Hyperspace Doom. So that means on day 219 I got my 4th imprint, and on day 221 my first Hyperspace Hero, so basically in my 2nd week of the 8th month. Now that I have acquired my first imprint 4 hero, I unlocked the Unity Sanctum in my Glory Shrine, where I can put in a chief hero, so that's the hero you want to push, right here. And then you can use sub-heroes, heroes you can swap anytime to give him additional stats. Those sub-heroes will only fight with 40% of their stats in every other area, so therefore they have a little red arrow which points downwards, so that you can see that those aren't fighting at their full potential. And as you can see here, the stronger the hero you're using as sub, the bigger the stats your chief hero will get. After 25 levels, you are able to acquire a second bonding card. This second bonding card allows you to either use a second chief hero with one sub hero, or, and that's important and you can't change it afterwards, you can use a second sub hero for your one chief hero. And that's something I'm recommending to you. It's better to have one extremely strong hero than two a bit better heroes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 2 sub heroes up to level 50. This one will take a while to use those materials. At some point you even need advanced kits. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but those you can get from certain events or from certain VIP packages. The other thing I unlocked is the second epic magic coin wheel. If we tap on this awake function, then we can see the advanced one, which gives you lots of incredibly good rewards. So that's something I'm always recommending. As you can see here, the cost is doubled, but if you click on those certain tiles, you can see the percentage chance to get those. And if you click on our featured hero, then it's a 1.10% chance to get this one. If we swap to our normal wheel again, then we can see it's only half. Obviously for only half the price. Therefore, you are not losing anything by spending twice the price, because those materials will help you in the long run way more. Now let's have a look on my current heroes. As you can see here, if you are paying attention, then you can see there is no Kamazus anymore. I actually regressed him. I wasn't planning to, but after I acquired my first Hyperspace hero, he was 15 star back then. In addition to Kamazus, I noticed that my Kamazus has no use anymore whatsoever. So back then I used him in my PvP team, obviously, but at the moment I tried around a lot, and this team is by far the strongest one I am currently able to form. In mid-game, Kamazo's only reason to play is for PvP, therefore, since he has no use in my PvP Team 1 anymore, I regressed him, giving me tons of Kamazo's copies, which I will be able to use for Team 2, 3, 4 and 5 in World Championship, for example, or Team 2 and 3 in Elite Trials, maybe even some in the Void Mine in the future, when I will upgrade multiple 9 and 10 stars out of those, but that's something for later. As you can see here right now, I have lots of materials left over. I imprinted my Hyperspace Doom the first time right now, and here the Hyperspace Heroes have a few different things. So for example, the very first point, the very first imprint is usually a stat increase of your hero. As for the Hyperspace hero, this one pushes his skill and stat, which is way bigger. These are very important points where you can actually choose the stats you want to improve. There are lots of different options to go for. It really depends on if you're going for PvP, PvE, certain areas like Ghost Rift, Dark Hole, or Gloom Tower. Sometimes you want even to swap in the Void Invasion stage 7. So that's actually quite easy to do. Same as the talent points, there are different options for PvP and PvE as well, and these and those you can swap anytime without any cost, so that's something to really look out for. I'm currently upgrading this one to max, and then I will go for HP and attack to be able to imprint him yet another time. For the Hyperspace Doom Evocator, it's really important that his speed is as high as possible, because he's a crowd control hero who is really able to shift the balance in a PvP battle, and that's why I gave him my Rapid Boots along with my Priest set, which I prepared in advance. I'm able to upgrade this Priest set to max very soon in 2 weeks, when I will have enough books to forge this one, and then I will make sure that those enchantments are basically speed and control immune related. The best option for our Chief Culprit Doom Advocate would be the Sorcery Pendant, because this one allows you to ignore the control immune of the target by 30%, along as giving you one of the highest speeds you are able to acquire through artifacts in total. Now, if we have a look into our current arena on this server 66, we can see lots of strong players where I'm not even able to reach those powers. And I have fought a lot in these last few days, testing my new Hyperspace hero around, and I'm actually proud to say I'm rank 5 of this whole server, although there are way more VIP players which are stronger than me after all. So basically the players I am not able to reach, and I probably won't ever be able to, is this rank 1 with 3 Hyperspace heroes, this rank 4, which is basically the biggest whale on our server, with 5 Hyperspace heroes, this one with 3 Hyperspace heroes, and the last one is the number 2 whale on the server with 3 Hyperspace and a few limited skins as well. So as you can see here in the campaign hall, in the ranking of your current server, the higher the players are, the bigger their VIP levels are, basically because they are buying the Glory Pass every month, which gives them the EXP boost. Therefore, that's a small indicator to see which players are at what VIP level. From some of those I even know it. Sevesos is VIP 8, GVH is at that area as well, I think. And the rank 1 and rank 4 are even higher as far as I know. And if we look into here, we can see a ton of players who are at a way higher level than I am, although I am playing very actively. Okay, we have to consider the fact that I was from the youngest server back then in the Fusion, therefore lots of these players have a 1 month head start, but those levels are not possible to achieve as free-to-play after all. Alright, back to our heroes. My current hero pool looks like this. I'm currently working on upgrading my Nimir to 16 star. This one will be able with my current food right away. I'm only lacking these soul stones, these green ones, and as soon as I have them, he will be 16 star. Therefore, I will have 4 16 star heroes. I had 4 already with my Camazos. I regressed that one, and I'm not regretting it, to be honest. It's totally fine. And I'm now focusing on my main PvP team. My next things I would like to focus on are probably upgrading my Hurricane as far as possible. I was actually quite lucky in this last event where I got 50 Sacred Emblems for free and 200 Stellar Shards, and that one was really nice to have. Therefore, I will just accumulate those for now. Maybe I will even want to use 400 of those to get the Sorcery Pendant. We will see until then, because at the moment I don't even have any resources to use to upgrade my Hurricane, for example, in the first place anyways. Other options I will have is upgrading my Thanatos to 12 star, so I've got 1 copy in here, 1 copy in my backpack, and I will be able to get 1 more copy in the Crusade shop right here. And another one would be Aemon, which I can upgrade to 15 star even. Or I could potentially upgrade my Nyx to 10 star, because I have 5 copies in total. So lots of options. I'm lacking resources left and right, so I'm just trying to move forward one step at a time. In my last video I told you about the shift in priorities regarding the monthly events like Adventure Trip and the Iceworld Adventure. As you can see here in the market, as soon as you unlock the first 16 star hero, you are able to buy these star wheels, which will give you featured heroes in the Galactic Compass. Once again, I'm always recommending to swap in here to the 6.67% chance, because that's basically the same thing as 1/15th, only that it's for every summon and not only every 15 summons. Those starlights you get, you can turn either into 250k galactic crystals or 250k stellar shards. Now, with the addition of Stereo Campaign and Stereo 3, I am 100% telling you to always go for the stellar shards, because you will obtain those Hyperspace Heroes eventually. And besides the fact that you are able to progress in the Stereo Campaign, there's really no big reason to rush into those. On my main account, I currently have 2 Hyperspace Heroes, and I was able to clear the first stage of this Stereo Campaign. And from what I have heard from other players, you will need at least 3 Hyperspace Heroes to progress a lot in there, and you need 4 to complete it fully, which would be stage 2410. Now let's have a look on my Doom Evocator. Yet once again, his talents are different depending on whether you want to go for PvE or PvP. As for PvP, I'm recommending this order. Maybe you can swap this last one to the left, but that really depends on what your team looks like. And as for PvE, I'm actually going right, left, right, and then left, left, left. I'm currently trying to progress further in the Ghost Rift, where I actually progressed quite a lot since my last video. I completed my Shadow Ghost Rift to 25, and I progressed my Scourge and my Demon Ghost Rift a bit more as well. Now that I have completed my Shadow Ghost Rift, I'm actually buying 3 smashes every day, as long as I have diamonds. So if you look into here, those 3 first additional smashes cost 100 crystals each, so that's something you can actually do every day. Those building materials for Unity Sanctum, those chaos badges and those 4-star shots are actually quite worth it. Another option would be to buy more tries, more battles in the shard raid. In here it would be ideal if you have unlocked this last one already. The one before is fine as well, but as you can see here, as VIP 0, you are not able to buy any more in here after all. So as for the Ghost Rift, you can just go into the aid function and add some more in here and then just operate. I'm currently saving my crystals because I would like to buy all those star wheels which are currently offered in the late spring party. So in here you are able to buy 1 star wheel for 1000 crystals each day for this whole week. If you are planning to buy some VIP packages, then I would definitely recommend this one, because this one gives you an additional 21 star wheels for the crystals you are using in the first place, and this one gives you also a artifact selective chest. So in my case, I would go for sorcery dependent. Other really good choices are the Mania Torch, the Darkblade, the Sacred Staff, so there are lots of good options in there. It really depends on your current heroes. Besides that, the current event is actually really boring. This new hero is quite decent in crowd control teams, but I'm not going too much into detail into this one, because this is just a filler until they release some more good heroes in the future. Last but not least, I would like to have a look on this new feature, the Stereotype. So in here you can use your root stones, those new materials you get from Stereo Campaign Auto Loot, and your Stellar Shards to upgrade your heroes to give them more attack and HP. And additionally, for Hyperspace Heroes, this one gives you the option to upgrade his skills and to upgrade his level. So if we have a look right here, then the level limit of hero is raised by 50 long term. Obviously this one will take quite a while or lots of money to achieve, but to get the level increase to plus 10, that's quite doable, even as free to play with a bit of time. And then you will be able to upgrade your heroes to 355, 365 and long term, or if you are a whale, you can even go to 395, which is absolutely insane. If you have the option to choose between pushing your skills or pushing your level, I would always recommend to push your skills, because that one usually gives you a better benefit in every individual area, as for PvP, PvE, wherever you want to use them. So my next plans are, as I mentioned, upgrading my Nemir to 16 star, imprinting my Hyperspace Doom to max, and pushing his gem to max as well. I will probably go for speed HP, and as a second option I would like to go for the hit HP, but that one will take quite a while. I have accumulated a bit of sand right here, so I have 500k, and during the next infinite conversion event I will just try to push him as high as possible. As you can see, I don't have lots of gold ready at the moment. So yeah guys, that's it for today. In my next videos I will look into the different uses of Hyperspace Heroes a bit more. In this case for my Hyperspace Doom, how to use him, how to place him, which stats to give him, and so on. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other videos. And until then, have a great day. See ya! If you haven't checked out my last video yet, then I will just leave you a link right now as well.